Hi party people, I'm Sunny. It's me and the background dog that is barking not only now at 8 a.m. but also the dog really loves to bark at night. It does love doing it. It does. That's okay though, because I love dogs so fucking much, so much, and I honestly, I always say this, but we humans, we get used to just anything, and I have just accepted this beautiful dog in my neighborhood. And my neighborhood is like right next door, and I'm in Vietnam right now, so I'm at this homestay, and I've noticed that many people have dogs here. A lot of times they're small dogs, and but I don't. Yeah, it's just like I'm from Germany, so it's different. It's very different. Obviously, duh. Different cultures, different ways of doing things. So yeah, I feel like no one really cares here. Like no one, I mean, wait, like not in general, but I mean like no one cares all that much about dogs barking. Like I don't hear people complain about it or anything like that. Like people just like, and myself, like I'm also like, yeah, it's fine, like whatever, it's okay, it's a dog that wants to bark, whatever. It's just, it's like no one's really bothered by it, I feel like, you know. Anyway, like it's getting a little bit dark in here. The weather isn't, like the sun isn't out today yet. It's 8 a.m. But usually it's out way earlier than that. But anyway, sorry, I don't want to do this anymore. I do not want to apologize for the way I speak, how much I speak, and what about I speak, what I speak about. Have I said who I am? Hi, I'm Sunny. This is a story time anyway, so it's okay if I drift off. By the way, I'm neurodivergent, so I just do get sidetracked a little bit, a lot of times. A lot of times. Ow, my neck. Okay, so this is a story time about, by the way, so this is what you can expect on this channel. On this channel, I do story times. I talk about the beauty of life. I share stories about my life and all that. But I also post videos on, like, I just give advice on the things that I have learned. And why am I doing this? Because I healed myself from over 20 years of addiction. So I just share how I did that, what I went through, and all of that stuff. As well, what else do I do here on this channel? I just share what I'm going through as well. So that's what you can expect here. And also, you can expect very long intros. Okay, but what I wanted to talk to you actually today, what I wanted to share about today with you, yeah, what was it? I completely forgot. Wait, what was it that I wanted to share with you? Oh yeah, yesterday I went through some really old, like I came around again in the spiral of looking at old trauma. You know how that's what it's like to heal. It's a spiral, like healing is a spiral. So every day is different, like, or every day we wake up in the morning, and depending on so many different factors, we are going to experience life in this specific day in a specific way. I'm a poet, by the way. That was rhyming too. I'm so proud of myself for that. So this is the perfect time to advertise my poetry book. Link in the description. Anyway, so yesterday I was going through another round of looking at some really old trauma that apparently still lived inside of me, and I hadn't access to for in the days leading up to yesterday. I just wasn't able to see certain things, which is so interesting to me because I'm a highest path guide. I'm a limiting belief slayer. I see all the limiting beliefs, and I guess not all of them, because, you know, I'm not able to see everything at all times, because if that was the truth, then I would be enlightened. Which, that's what I'm working towards. But, you know, not there yet. So, you know, I see limiting beliefs in others very clearly and easily, but a lot of times, you know, I'm just a human. I'm just one human, and I see what I see on a specific day about myself. I like, certain things are in my awareness on certain days, and other things are not in my awareness on certain days. But yesterday, what was in my awareness was just how much, and like, it was so intense and it was so crazy, because I genuinely had no access to this stuff that was living inside of me for such a long time. And so it was it was so interesting for me to discover this inside of me. And it was so harsh, like so crazy, like I was so, whoa, amazed that this was living inside of me for such a long time. And but also at the same time, then of course, like so relieved to be able to spot this and to to see it, and then therefore let go of it. Like I feel so relieved today because I let go of so much again yesterday, like such important stuff that I just carried around with me for such a long time, and it was so deeply ingrained in me, and I just didn't have access to it before that. And so it was the pain, the pure despair of wanting to die, like just so much of that energy that was just so desperate, and like the energy of just having given up on life and just wanting to die. I cannot express it any differently. It was that. It was just this pure exhaustion of being alive. These thoughts of, I'm so fucking exhausted. I'm so exhausted. I can't do this anymore. I just want to rest. I just want it all to end. But I just have no escape. I have nowhere to go. There's nothing I can do other than having to endure this. So yesterday I discovered this fear that lived inside of me without my knowledge. And if it lived inside of me, then there's a high chance that it lives in other people too. This fear of being alive. Because in my system, it would register at being alive is painful to a degree that it's unbearable. Like so much struggle, so much desperation, like of having to be alive, because it meant for me, my life experience for such a long time was just utter despair. And it was so hard. And clearly all of this accumulation of this energy that I didn't allow myself to completely feel through. So that's why it was stuck inside of me, because that's just what trauma is. This is what suppressed emotions are. They live in our subconscious minds, and we have done everything in our power to suppress these emotions because they're just so hard to feel. And it makes so much sense because I didn't have access to this energy up till yesterday. And I'm out of addiction, if you will, for a few months now. Like the symptoms of it, right? Like I wouldn't engage anymore in the act of bulimia, which was what I had. So it's been 4 months now, or 5 months, that I'm no longer in addiction, like where no relapses have happened. But it's only now, like 5 months later, that I have access to this energy that would be very much the trigger, one of them anyway, of like the desire, the urge to do engage in addiction. Because what is like the symptoms of addiction, like engaging in the act of soothing yourself in that way, is always going to be triggered by emotions, by suppressed emotions, by a subconscious mind, by something that you don't want to feel, by something that you haven't allowed yourself to feel for such a long time. You suppressed certain things for a reason, and the act of addiction, the act of engaging in addiction, is what keeps suppressing these emotions, because it's this like stuff wants to come out, stuff that lives inside of you, stuff that has lived inside of you for such a long time. It's coming, like it's pushing from below the surface, right? It's like this volcano. Like your subconscious mind, you have to look at your subconscious mind like it's a volcano, or like this iceberg, right? Iceberg? Ice mountain? The thing that lives in the ocean, the Titanic one. Let's go with the volcano symbolism. So you have your subconscious mind, and there's like this lava, right? Like this all of this stuff lives inside of there, and it wants to come out, and it wants to erupt, and it wants to come to the surface. But your lower self, you in your daily life, you don't have access to that. You don't even know that this volcano lives inside of you, because you have to go about your day, right? You have to live your day. You have to go to work. You have to pick up the children from school. You have to cook meals. You have to just go about your day, right? So of course you don't have time to look at this volcano that wants to erupt at all times, because you're busy, right? And you don't have to have time, you don't have the capacity. And so, but this stuff still lives inside of you, right? And you know it too, to some degree, because whenever you do sit down, whenever you do have the time to just relax, when you sit down on the sofa, and then suddenly this feeling wants to come up, right? These emotions want to come up, like the volcano wants to erupt. And that's when you start to engage in addiction. It's usually when you're alone with yourself on the sofa. I mean, that's what it was like for me anyway. I just used to be so much, like for me, it was always being home alone on my bed or the sofa, but mostly the bed, because anyway, I'm actually on bed right now, and I'm saying not on my bed because it's not my bed, but I don't even have a bed because I don't have a home, which, you know, I don't want to say this, I don't want to express it in that way, because my body is my home, and I love my home, and I've always been home, But it's been such a journey for me to embody the remembrance that, you know, my body is my home, and it's safe to be at home, which just has been, and it ties so much into what I've been releasing yesterday. You know, and my body just never felt safe. And I just realized yesterday once more just how much I was dissociating my whole life, and just how early it started that I was dissociating, because I decided that, like, my body wasn't safe. It wasn't safe to be in my body. To be in my body felt so painful. So I truly did everything in my power to dissociate, to not be in my body. And I do remember a lot of times when I was aware enough, as I was engaging in addiction, as I had my binges and all of that, I would have the thoughts, I'm not even here. I'm not even here. Like, I would observe my body do stuff. I would observe myself, like, stuff my face and all of that stuff. And I felt like I was completely out of control, which was the, which was the representation of bulimia, right? Like, you're completely out of control. And I would just observe myself doing stuff, but I didn't feel like, I couldn't really feel myself. I couldn't feel my body. And that's really true, because I couldn't feel all the emotions that were present in my body, that were in my subconscious mind, that wanted to come up, because I didn't allow myself to feel these emotions. And so it just kept like being in this cycle, being this loop of suppressing it again, although, like, I wanted to feel myself so badly, but at the same time I was so afraid of it because of all the nasty stuff that I was suppressing, that I hadn't allowed myself to feel, right? So to be in this addiction was just so hard. It's so nasty, because you like, your life experience is one of, like, you're not even here. You're so dissociated. You have no access to actually feeling your body. And that's also why you engage in addiction, because you're hurting your body in order to feel. Because you're so, like, disconnected from your body. And so yesterday I felt just the desperation of, like, having to be in my body, not being able to die. When you're so desperate that you just want everything to end, because your life experience is so hard. Like, it's so hard to be alive that you just want to no longer be here. But you can't, like, because you're not dying. Like, because, you know, you have this inherent system, I guess, where you just, you're surviving. And you just wish you didn't. And that's what it's like to be in survival mode. And it's crazy, because, like, how many of us are in survival mode, right? At all times, without even realizing that we are. I mean, to a large degree, we are realizing it, right? To a large degree, we are aware, okay, fuck, like, we live our lives just paycheck to paycheck, and are constantly scared of not making it, scared of not being able to pay our bills, scared of just losing it all. Like, that was my experience for such a long time. Once again, bulimia was an expression of that, you know, losing it all. Like, there was so much that I was going through. But at the same time, and this is also like the, you know, like, on the one hand, I was scared of dying, because that's just inherent, that's natural, right? Like, we're scared of dying, obviously. If we're human, then we're scared of dying. This fear lives inside of us. But then I wasn't aware just how much I also wanted to die. So there were, like, these opposing forces. And that's what bulimia really is. That's what addiction is. It's like, on the one hand, you want this, but on the other hand, you want this. That's why you're in a loop. That's why you can't get out of this cycle. And, like, I wanted to eat so much because I just wanted to be nourished. I wanted to feel full. I wanted to feel fulfilled. I wanted to enjoy life. On the other hand, I didn't allow myself any of that. On the other hand, I wanted to be emptied. Because I wanted to be emptied of all of these emotions that were living inside of me that I had suppressed for such a long time. I wanted it all to be gone. I wanted it to be out. I wanted to let go of it. But I wasn't able to understand yet what was going on inside of my body, and that I just wanted these emotions, these restrictions, this constriction, this the shittiness of like the friction of all of these emotions that were causing havoc in my body. I wanted to let go of all of these, but I just wasn't able to do that because I didn't have the capacity to do it. So then the expression was to just try to get it out of me forcefully by like shoving a finger down my throat. But of course that's not the way that's not the way it worked. What I needed to do was to feel my emotions. But again, for that to be able to do that, like I needed to have space. I needed to have a time and space to do so. But because I was always in survival mode, I didn't have that. So something that I've definitely also noticed or realized, what's coming more and more into what I definitely want to create on this earth in my life, is I want to create a space for people to be able to feel their emotions. I don't know yet how that exactly is gonna come into like the physical, but I want to offer a place where people can just be. Like a community space, or just like a big house or whatever, or like just a big space where people can just come and be. So they have the space to breathe, where they have the space to be, where they have the space to allow themselves to feel without having to worry about bills, about food, about working or anything. Like where people can just be and breathe and feel and have the space, and not the pressure, no time pressure to leave, no time pressure to work, no time pressure to make money. I want to create that because that's really what I really, really needed. And I've been on this journey of like feeling my emotions and allowing myself to feel everything that I needed to feel in order to let go of everything that I had suppressed, so I can actually be the version of myself that I want to be. But that took already a lot of time. I've been feeling my emotions for years now. All of the stuff that I suppressed for over 20 years of being in addiction. But so I've been juggling, still being in survival mode, still trying to get my business off the ground, still trying to be there for people and sharing my wisdom and doing these videos and all of that stuff simultaneously, as I was simultaneously healing from all of these traumas. It's been really hard, guys. Like, it's been really, really hard. And I mean, in at certain times, like I was homeless. Right? I mean, I've shared this channel, and I've had nights where I would sleep outside because that's just what I was going through. And because I still was so traumatized, but at the same time I was already working a lot and doing everything that I could, everything in my power to rid myself, to heal myself of all of these traumas. But simultaneously, like, there's nothing more that you could do other than to allow yourself to feel and to heal. But at the same time, still trying to have a roof over your head and eat, staying alive as you're healing. And so there's nothing more important than community. There's nothing more important than people being there for you in this time, that people helping you out in this situation, the people showing up for you and like giving you the space that you need in order to heal. Like, that's like, you cannot heal from trauma. You cannot improve. You cannot get better if you don't feel and heal. But in order for you to do that, you need time and space and understanding and support. So I will 100% create a community where, you know, people are there for each other. I've spoken about these in videos before, but like, it's so important that we are here for each other. We can only heal from addiction if we're showing up for another. We cannot do it alone. Another thing that I've been healing is this very, very limiting belief that was so ingrained in me that I needed to just push through by myself and I needed to do everything by myself. And of course I was way too overwhelmed. I mean, I tried everything in my power. I tried my very fucking best to just heal, feel, keep going and staying alive and putting my stuff out there. But, you know, you cannot give from an empty cup. I mean, you can, and that's what I did. Like, I was giving from an empty cup so much. But then, of course, I couldn't be where I needed to be. I couldn't take care of myself enough because I was giving and giving and giving and receiving way too little support. But then I'm not blaming anyone outside of myself for that. Like, you can only receive support when you are in the space of being able to receive it. Like, you need to have the capacity to receive. But if you're still so full of old bullshit, of trauma and all that, nasty suppressed emotions, like, you don't have the capacity to actually receive support. So that's why you're going to end up homeless and stuff. But you're going to end up there if you have so much suppressed emotions, if you don't have the capacity to receive because you're still so full of other stuff. And this is truly when angels need to come in. This is when truly people who can truly see you in your despair, that's when they have to come in and help. And I want to be that for people, 100%. I will be that for people. But for now, I truly, like, I'm still, you know, still having to make it from, like, it's been really, really hard. It's been really, really hard to just making it through life, surviving. But so this is my work that I'm doing. This is my path. This is my fulfillment. This is my job. This is what I excel in. This is what I know is my service to humanity, is to create the space for people to be able to heal their emotional trauma. So this is what I can offer to the world. And this is what I do offer to the world. So if you need help with that, if you need someone to be there with you, to hold space with you, to hold you, to help you through this incredibly intense time of healing yourself, then I'm your girl. So if you want to support me in my work, and I can support you in your work, you can book sessions with me, you can book the mentorship with me. But apart from that, I just will do everything in my power in order to create this space for people. And not just in like helping with mentorship and all that, but also I will create a physical space where people can do this, where people can just be. And I mean, I've known this for a little while, but now I'm saying it all on camera because like that's truly, but it's just coming to life, right? Like truly in my mind and all that, but I'm putting it out in the world, and I know that whoever needs to see this video will see it, and there's a reason for that, and I'm manifesting, I'm creating, I'm attracting my soul family who will be there for each other, where we are there for each other because we need each other. And it's time we stop trying to do everything by ourselves because we're not going to get anywhere. We need each other. And it's so important that we allow ourselves to have this connection again. But I know how hard it is to, having been a very like lone wolf, because that's just who I used to be. And I'm still settling into like allowing connection, allowing to myself to receive help unconditionally too. Because what is unconditionally, like, of course we need each other. It's always a give and take, right? It's always an energy exchange. But at the same time, it is unconditional when we give from a place of, I don't need you to give me anything back in order to, feel like I'm getting something out of it, but we're helping each other because from a place of fulfillment, from a place of fullness, from a place of knowing our worth, right? Knowing what we bring to the world, and that knowing that connecting with each other is such a gift. And it's not that we are burdened to one another and that, oh no, now like I need something from the person and like I feel bad about it. Like I feel guilty, I feel like a burden and all this stuff. Like I like still working through this because I felt like a burden my whole life. So it's so hard to just accept help, to accept support from others without feeling guilty for it. And I think so many can relate to this because we have grown up in a society where it's like, oh, we're just out there for it, like ourselves. Like we just have to make sure that we make it, right? We survive, and we just have to look out for our own ass because that's just the system that we have built, unfortunately, and I hate it. But when it comes down to it, like, we need each other, and I've said this many times now, but anyway, so like it was just so fucking interesting to me yesterday to discover that this was living inside of me, and it was so hard to feel, and that's why it makes so much sense that I would suppress it for such a long time, and that I didn't have access to see this for such a long time. And I'm very, 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 very grateful that I was able to see this yesterday and let go of it, and I'm still integrating all of this and stuff. But healing just takes time. It takes so much time, and it takes space, and it takes support, but it's because I was able to let go of this despair, of this like pure exhaustion, of this desperation of, oh my God, like I just don't know what to do. Like I'm giving my all. I'm giving my all. Everything that I do in order to make it better for me and those around me. I give it my all the time. But it's just not getting better. Like that's what was living inside of me. Like I'm so exhausted. I'm so fucking exhausted, and I wish I could do more. I wish things were different. Things were better. Things I could give more, and all of that. Like that's what was living inside of me, but I just can't. I just can't, because I was so empty, because I had already given so much, and I didn't have access to my abundance from like the connection to the earth where the abundance is, right? I didn't have connection to that because I was so traumatized, because all of my energy was being used up to suppress the trauma that I was going through. And that's another thing that I was experiencing yesterday, was this, like, once again coming around to this, the trauma of losing my family, when my parents got divorced, and like losing my home. And that's of course a reason why I would end up homeless as well later in life, because I was so, I still had this trauma inside of me of like the pain of losing your home. And that is just so, like, there's no pain that I would like, for what, I don't know what else still lives in my subconscious mind, but from anything that I had to go through, like in terms of experiencing trauma and stuff, and healing trauma, like the pain of healing and feeling it, like nothing was more painful than the pain of losing your home, because it's losing your security, your stability, losing your safety. Like from this moment on that I had lost my home and my family, because I lost it all at the same time, nothing felt safe in this world anymore, obviously, because you have no safe space anymore. And suddenly, like, that's when I started to be addicted to fear and like attach myself to fear, because fear was the only protector I had. But then suddenly everything in life is just incredibly scary. Like there's no, like, there's danger at every corner, right? There's nothing, you feel like no protection. You have no protection. And that's the experience of being homeless. It's so painful because you're just so fucking scared. So scared because you feel like you're completely unprotected. And there's no way to relax. There's no way to just like breathe, because you're constantly in a state of pure tension. It's so horrible to be homeless. It's so horrible to have this experience. And so I will do everything in my power to create the space where people can just be and heal. But yeah, anyway, this video is already like super long. I'm just talking from my heart right now, but yeah. So I experienced so much despair and exhaustion for such a long time. And again, if this lives inside of me, then it lives in others too. And I just know that it lives in so many people, because so many of us are just so overwhelmed because of the system that we live in, because of like the survival mode. But that's why I always say, like, I came here to liberate humanity from struggle. I came here to raise the vibration of this planet. I came here to transmute it all. I came here to feel it all. And I felt myself through so many traumas. I felt myself through so much. And I felt myself through so many limiting beliefs. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to spot the limiting beliefs and pull them out like weeds from our collective unconscious, and get rid of them and transform them back into love, and make people aware of the limiting beliefs that they hold within themselves, because that's really what brings the despair. Because when it comes down to it, we're infinitely powerful. We have the ability to create our own reality. We have the ability to live our best fucking lives. And that's really our birthright is freedom. Our birthright is abundance. Our birthright is unconditional love. That's who we are at the core. And I came here to experience just that. And I came here to help people experience the same. And I will not ever stop pulling out these limiting beliefs and these subconscious bullshit suppressed emotions that keep us from experiencing our best fucking lives. So yeah, I will keep looking at my stuff, because of course that's where you have to start, right? Everything starts with yourself. And I will keep feeling, and I will keep healing, and I will keep shining my light, and that's really what does fulfill me. Anyway, okay, I'm hanging up. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I genuinely really appreciate this, because I've been talking over 40 minutes and time is very precious. So thank you so much for being here. If you would like to support my work, my channel, please do so by liking this video, subscribing, leaving a comment. Let me know who you are. Come into this community, because I cannot be a community by myself. So I would love to have you. And if you want to work with me, then you can do that as well. I offer sessions to spot the limiting beliefs that you hold within yourself, so you can rid yourself of those and live a more happy, more free life. I'm here for you. Okay, I'm sending you so much love, and I will speak to you soon. Bye. Hi party people, it's me, Sunny, with a weird angle, and that's okay.